Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Monday. Welcome to Monday Live with Randyl and Phineas. Well, of course, I'm Phineas T. Elf, and with me, as ever, is my wonderful co host, Randall Santa Checker Lee. Hi, Randall. How are you today, sir?
Fantastic finish. So great to see you as always, man. I love, as I said every week, I love seeing those ears. That I
Ah,
do. I just love them ears. There's just something about them that make me smile.
well,
That's
that's good. They're attached to me, so they're a part of
oh,
me.
they're a little catchy. Yeah, I'm sure they're. That's
Yep.
great.
And as always, we've got Angela in the producer's chair, making sure that we are kept in check and being well taken care of. We're grateful for Angela and all the hard work she does for the show. So thank you very much, Angela. It's great to have you as always. So thank you. And looks like we're beginning to get some early viewers. So that's pretty good to see that we've got
Oh,
folks already checking in with us. So welcome, everybody.
yeah, we got John. Good to see you. Yeah, no, there's no wind here, but then again, I'm down in my lower level, so I don't get much wind here. But no, we're not very windy. I don't know what part of the country or you're from, John, but up in Michigan, it's been a beautiful day today.
Yeah, beautiful day here where I'm at. It's about 59 degrees and partly cloudy. Not a lot of wind. We did have quite a rainstorm last night though. So
Yeah, we had a crazy rain the last couple of days too. It was crazy. I see David's here.
yeah, Santa David, who I work with regularly. Good to see you, sir. Always happy to have you viewing it along with us. We've got Kane Smith joining us. Hello, Kane. How are you today? Uh,
Betsy.
We've got Betsy Modzieski, Paul Anderson from my neck of the woods. Hey, Paul, hoping you and Arlene are well, and hoping Betsy had a good time in Michigan. I did get to see her and hang out with her a couple of weeks back at CWH, which we'll talk about later. Sean White has joined us again. So, hello, Sean. Good to see you. Hoping all is well in Jackson, Michigan. So, good to see you. So,
To see everybody starting out. That's fantastic.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So it's been pretty good day here. And how are you doing, Randall? You had a good time in Texas
I had a
visiting?
great time last week with Bob and Angela and everybody down there. Of course, we did the show from Bob's living room last week. Was a riot. Had a great time. Had a great dinner the night before. This Mexican Latin restaurant, just delicious, especially the plantains. Man, they were dynamite. And so when at the Bob's, we did the show. It was a good time. The only, like I said earlier, back in the green room to Phineas, that man, those roads out there in Dallas and Houston, they're crazy. Those highways go up and down like a roller coaster, and this and that, and it's crazy. But made it back safe and sound. I don't know how sound I am, but safe. And so it's had a great time. Thank you, Bob, Angela, everybody. Nice to meet you, David, Mondo, and of course Jada and everybody. It was fantastic. So
Excellent.
good time, good time. Thank you, guys.
And glad to hear you finally got to meet the crew in person. That's after all these years, it's hey,
After all these years, finally, it was kind of a different thing. It was a real that nervous energy. I was pacing. Is Bob coming in? Today's the day. It was interesting. It was cool to meet him finally. Doing this for years and then really finally seeing him because we never even met up at a convention or we actually were at Denver at the same time, the iBurbs convention, but we didn't know each other then. So, but yeah, good
yeah,
time.
that's the thing that you do because like it was very funny because at CWH Charles W. Howard there were so many folks there that you can't meet everybody and then I posted on Facebook hey, here's some stuff from me at CWH, and then all of a sudden it's like, sorry we didn't get to connect. I was and everything like that. So it's always quite fun.
Yeah,
Fun.
there's so many classes and things going on. Besides, how many hundreds of Santa's Mrs. Clauses there? It's hard to meet everybody. You'd love to.
Yeah,
You kind of
278 this year, 278 registered. So it was quite a crew.
that's a big event again every year up there. It's
I see Everett Prostrollo has checked in with us, hoping Everett and Dana are doing well. I saw the decorations you're doing for Halloween. I saw the pumpkins; that they're quite impressive. Kevin Scarf from Santa's Village in Ontario. Kevin, good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
man, great. I love that Canada connection. In fact, my Canada connection is coming down on Wednesday. My relatives from Canada that live up in they're coming down for. In fact, they're in Michigan right now, but they're up at Bronner's Christmas store today, and they'll be at my house on Wednesday. So I'll get the Canada
Nice.
Imperative in a few days.
Very nice. Always good to have a visit with family, and especially
Yeah,
before the holidays get busy. So good, good.
it's great to
That,
see them. It's
yeah.
great to see them. They're just wonderful people up there. They're wonderful. So,
Welcome, Diane Veen from St. Louis. Thank you for joining us, Diane. Anyways, I think we've got a video from Santa B, and wondering if Angela can cue up the current message from Santa B.
Ho, 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 and happy day, my friends. Santa B back with you here again today. And today, I want to encourage you to keep on practicing. Practice the small things, practice the basic things. If you're a singer, practice singing. If you're using your voice as a Santa, as we always do, practice. Exercise your voice, work your voice, tell your stories to an empty room, to the mirror, to whatever you have. If you are someone who likes to make up your own stories, make up stories every day. Don't just wait until the Christmas season. Practice all year round, and especially now. Really start getting those things in gear. Practicing your storytelling, practicing your singing, practicing your ho, ho, ho. My friends, be blessed, be well. I love you all.
wow, so true. Practice, practice, and practice. That's something that you can't be, because we have to be smooth at everything we say to the boys, the girls, the parents. It doesn't matter. It just has to roll off their tongue, like we remember what we had for dinner last night.
Yes,
You know, it's got to be that smooth, our backstory. And he said, practice your ho 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 ho, your ho ho ho, big one, a small one, everything. It's limitless. We are performers.
yes, indeed.
So
Yes.
practice makes it perfect or better.
Yeah, practice does make it better. It's always important, especially like me, if you work with a partner, just so you can get timing down and get interactions clear, particularly if you're working with a prop or something like that. And part of what Santa David and I do for our story time definitely it can be props intensive. So we need to get handling the props down and everything like that. So it's always good to get practicing, and we've been doing it for the past couple of weeks and getting stuff underway, and that way it becomes natural and smooth for everybody. So always good. And you know, practice doesn't make perfect, but practice does help get. Yep, definitely. Bill Gorbett from Ontario has joined us. So another Canadian connection joining us. Good to see you, Bill. Hope you've had a good.
Joined too. Good to see AJ.
And AJ has joined us, and we'll be back shortly, he said. So I don't know who you're calling shortly, but it ain't me. So, but hope you're back, AJ. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us as always. So, as you viewers may have noticed, that Randall was filling in for me. He was actually in Texas with Bob and Carol and Angela, and was quite enjoying some wonderful time in Texas. Um, I was off. I was off at Charles W. Howard and attending Santa Claus School. It wasn't the first time I'd been to CWH. I had been a few times back in the early 2000s, late 1990s, but this was the first time I've been in over 19 years. So I did put together a bit of a video for us. So hopefully, Angela, it will run. So fingers are crossed. So So that just hopefully gave everybody a view of what CWH attendance can be like. As I said, there were 278 folks registered in attendance there, including a young Santa from Germany who was being followed by a documentary film crew, which hopefully will be released at some point after February next year. We shall see. And just a wonderful time at Charles W. Howard, a wonderful time at the Santa Expo put on by Bill Dendy. And the day after all the festivities were done, we had a special day at Rooftop Landing Reindeer Farm in Clare, Michigan, where we got to hang out with the reindeer and visit with the two sloths that they have and see the Highland cows. So it was a wonderful time. And if you haven't done it already, I highly recommend you do it. You'll meet some wonderful people. As you can see, we had Steve Gillum and Cliff Snyder, as well as Tom and Holly Valent and Joe Valent as well. So lots of really pillars in the Claus community were there teaching and learning and sharing. So it was a wonderful opportunity. And I definitely recommend if you can make it happen, definitely go at least once in your Claus career. So definitely a good time. So
It is an experience to say you went there, and people, at least the Michigan area, hear about it, of course, and they always ask, "Have you been to that school?" So it's more than just, but it's more than just the school going to the school. It's the camaraderie of the 300 plus Santa, or 300 just under Santas and Mrs. Clauses getting together, and it's an experience. And you get to go to the reindeer farm, which is just a wonderful place. So cool with the reindeer there.
and you get taken to Bronner's for an afternoon, so you can go shopping and get all the Christmas gear to your heart's content, and then you go have dinner at the Bavarian Inn, and have a chicken dinner with 300 other people in the same room and watching that. So it's an experience. It is action packed. You are running basically from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. For 3 days in a row. There is a choir that you can join, led by Dr. Bruce Kodovich, and he whipped up 3 songs for us to sing at the final banquet, and just an incredible, intensive, and fun event. And I highly recommend that you do it at least once in your Claus career, because it definitely leaves your heart full and it charges your batteries. It's a really it can be a life-changing experience if you're open to it and understand that for 3 days you're going to be run off your feet. So,
It is an experience. You are immersed in Christmas and Santa and Mrs. Claus morning, noon, and night.
yes, yeah.
Between the old Santa house they had to the classroom to everything, it's
You go to Santa's workshop and learn how to build a toy. You get to learn how to handle the reindeer on a parade float. You just lots of activities. It's hands-on, it's intensive, and just being able to sit and chat with everybody at meal times or just hang out with them and learn from them is a wonderful experience. So, well, Charlie.
great video.
Yep, it looks like Charlie Johnson from West Michigan has joined us. Guy Lapointe from Toronto, Canada area has joined us. Joseph Cunningham from Valparaiso, Indiana. Good to see you, Joseph. We had a good time chatting and singing together. Ernie Russo from the East Coast is joining us, and Jenny Kringle from Indiana has joined us. So great to see everybody. So thank you for joining us. So I'm feeling a bit peckish right now. I think it's time for a burger.
On my napkin, if there's any left over, I don't know. Phineas gets to jump on this burger real quick.
Yeah,
it's okay. I'll share, Phineas.
I'll try to share with you, Randy.
You go for it. Let's. Oh well.
Huh. Stop drooling, fellas. Now's the time for something burger. That's right, the big bite where we get to the meat of the hot topics. So buckle up, loosen the belt a notch, and let's dig in.
Okay, so last week, Bob and Randall talked about what one thing you're looking forward to during the season. And now I'm looking towards what happens when your season is drawing to an end. What do you do to keep your spirits and energies up? Because everybody, you spend weeks, being surrounded by love, by excitement. People are happy to see you. You're sharing in joy and the magic of Christmas. And then after December 25th, it's kind of, and you might have a few things later on during the January season, some post Christmas stuff, but there's always a letdown after the season is over. So, what do you do to keep your spirits and energies up? How do you take care of yourself after all of the joy, love, and excitement of the holiday season is done?
Yeah, it's something that you really you don't think about it first when you do it because you're just wound up. It's just you're on pure adrenaline, pure love, and pure joy for those 2 months, morning, noon, and night, and you're just seeing that constant, happiness, and then all of a sudden, boom, you hit that wall. So the best thing to do is what I always do is to make sure you had something planned. Now, I didn't go on vacation. For some reason, it just never worked that way. But I had something that I knew I would do if it's a family thing, if it's something, a project at home. I had something to take my mind off of. All of a sudden, Santa's done. Um, so it's something, and I remember last year when I was on the show here, it's even more when you retire from being Santa or Mrs. Claus. Then what do you do? Because that's even a bigger slam to your feeling that you've done it all your life, and all of a sudden when that's done. But it's very difficult during the holiday season, and if you could plan on something that's it's a vacation or if it's a getaway, if it's a project around the house, come up with something that you can ease down from that high because it is a high. I mean, you're just like speeding. You're a rock star. Santa, Mrs. Claus, you're rock stars for those 2 months. They let you in first. You got a special dressing room. You're this, you're that. And all of a sudden you're back to being you. But always plan something to get yourself slowly off that, not that hard hit. What do I do now?
I am blessed that because I do a lot. We've got a very multicultural society where I am located, and so we do some stuff for Orthodox Christmas. So the Greek Orthodox, the Ukrainian Orthodox, and that continues until January 6th. So it calms down a little bit between the 12 days between December 25th and January 6th, but at the same time you've got a little bit of carryover, but at the same time, you're ramping things down because it's a much more somber and sober celebration of Christmas compared to Western Christmas.
Right.
So I'm lucky that we've got that. And then afterwards, as Randall says, I tend to give myself a break. Just sort of take a few days off to get a breather, make sure that my body is taken care of after 6 to 8 weeks of being constantly on the run. So it's always just allow yourself some time to rest, allow your heart time to rest and your mind time to rest. And so I usually just have a quiet couple of weeks where I'm doing precious little of anything beyond my day job, doing self-care, making sure that the Santa I work with is taken care of, making sure that the family that I've been like a ship in the night, they understand that, while I wasn't there for them because I was so busy doing the church singing and working as Phineas and helping Santa, that I am there for them during the new year, and that, I have taken care of all of the other life's obligations and such like that. Santa Jeff Verba, I was talking about Charles W. Howard Santa School in Michigan. So hopefully you'll be able to catch the video I posted that Angela ran for me upon the replay. It's just showed what my point of view of attending the school looked like. So thank you very much for joining. And that's what I was talking about. And we've got some comments. So Shaun White is going to be taking on a musical like she did last year. She will be in the next musical on stage, singing and dancing through the darkness of Michigan winter and the low of after season. So that's always good.
Yeah, see that I was fortunate too when I was still performing all the magic and all that. I still had that to look forward to. The second week in January, I was already doing, the winter festivals. So which I thank goodness I didn't have that drop. I mean, I did sometimes, but the Santa drop. But I was right back into it. But I talked about it quickly last week about for that week after Christmas. Even if you can do uh, those videos that I talked about, or Zoom things about gratitudes or thank yous back to your home visits. Even if you do a couple of those, it's that slow step down, like Phineas is saying. It's not as busy, but it gets you down that way. So
Yep, Santa and Phineas actually send thank you notes to all of our clients. We send personalized thank you cards, and we get the cards printed up with a photograph that we've had over the season that we really love, and then we sign and personalize them to our clients that we work with, and thank them for a wonderful holiday season. Thank them for their patronage and business, and then also reminding them that we're happy to book again next year.
always get that line in. Always get that line in.
Always get that line in. So
Yeah,
yeah.
always get that.
Yep. So there's a lot of gratitude, and that's the one thing I focus on. Is I focus on the gratitude for having a wonderful working partner, gratitude for having a patient family, gratitude for having the opportunity to share Christmas magic and the holiday spirit with people. So there's always lots of stuff to do. I will do videos, as Phineas, or do some videos of Phineas taking a rest after a busy season, and then go from there. Ken Kringle notes that he is a chestnut orchardist. If the trees don't need him in December and Santa is on vacation when they're growing, he can have distinct seasons that'll keep him fresh. Everett Prostrollo always feels a relief when they made it through the season, but also some feel some type of depression as the emotional roller coaster of meeting each child or family with the same enthusiasm fades away and real life steps back in. And he always tries to treat himself and his wife as a reward. And, that could be a nice meal out. It could be going away. It could be buying a lovely Christmas present or something, or a post-Christmas present. So always good.
And that's what he was saying. It also is a great thing because sometimes if your Mrs. Claus is not, or vice versa, if you're the husband or whatever is not a Santa, you're working a lot as that character, holiday performer during the season. So the first of the year, take time, step back, and spend time with your other half.
Yep.
Because you might have been busy a lot and tired. So take that great thing to say, Everett. That's something to really think about after the first year. Take time with your other half, and even if you work together all year, take time for togetherness to calm down together. So,
Yep. Bill Grobet says that he was just asked if he wanted to renovate a basement of a house for a few months, so he will be coming out of retirement from his adult job after Christmas. So
you've got a lot of work, Bill.
So, Betsy Modzieski notes that she takes dance classes in the winter, just finding joy in the new year. That is something I do. I do take yoga classes because my body gets pretty beaten up. So I do take a little more intensive yoga classes just to make sure that all the little aches and pains that happen during the season are taken care of. Keeping physical, particularly in the cold, dark Canadian winter months, is very important because it's easy to just hide inside your warm, cozy home and wrap yourself in a blanket drinking hot chocolate. So trying to keep myself busy and active, that's not shoveling snow or
Oh, you said that four-letter word, Phineas. Don't say that.
those types of activities always help. So definitely, keeping physically active, keeping yourself mentally active and stimulated, getting out to see other people, always a good thing. Ernie Russo says he has lots to do after the season, getting ready for the January annual reunion, making props, committee meetings for the New England Santa Society, seeing what the upcoming year, what community events we'll be doing, Christmas in July, children's auction. So lots of work. And those of us in the TNL network productions do have lots of work because we've got the new season to prepare for. I know Bob will be busily preparing for North Pole Cornerstones, as will Mike and Phineas will be preparing for North Pole Cornerstones. I think I can announce that I will be back again next year. So there's lots of stuff to do as always. Kane Smith says he'll just keep on working on props and planning his next vacation. He's an over preparer and likes to micromanage his vacations. And
Nothing wrong.
I can see that, Kane. Knowing what I know of you from social media, I can see you having your vacations scheduled within an inch of their lives. But that's a good thing for some people. And if that works for you and keeps your family happy and active and engaged, awesome. John Schnegelberger likes to find some hard water and fish a bit. Plus, hockey season is still going, so he has a way to vent himself. So I'm assuming hard water means ice fishing, John. I know you're in Colorado. I don't know what the water's like in your neck of the woods. I know I've got Santa friends who live on Lake Michigan, and they do quite enjoy ice fishing, and I've done it a few times, and I can't say sitting on a frozen lake, freezing my buns off, hoping that something will bite is on my list of things to do. But bravo!
And I never understood putting a fire, keep warm, on the ice in a shanty.
Yeah,
I don't know, but everybody's got their. That's fine. It's I guess they bite good though, from what I hear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're probably looking for food, right? So if you got a free thing of food and warm water around where you've dug out the hole. So Kane Smith says, yes, he still has the adult job that he loves so very much. And yes, I am very much the same. I will definitely have the adult job that I will go back to after the 2 months of insanity that is Christmas for a church vocalist and a professional elf. Sean White says that she and Betsy will be traveling early in the year, so they've got things to look forward to. I know that they're going to a couple of events in February, so there we go. So. And Santa Jeff Verba says, start to gear up for tax season as a tax preparer and no rest until after April 15th. And it's just like,
that's understandable.
So you dive from one busy season into another busy season. So there you go. Bravo, Jeff. So, but
very good. Fantastic answers. Really, it goes the gamut about how people, and they've all thought about what they're going to do, which is what you have to do.
Yeah.
Because it can take you by surprise. So everybody's thought about it and have things planned for just that that reason.
Yep. And if you want to talk about it more, join Sean White tonight on the Claus Connect. And my friend Mike Hutchings will be talking about how to take care of yourself emotionally and mentally during the busy season, and also how to take care of yourself in the postseason. So we will be continuing this conversation tonight on the Claus Connect at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. So I think it's time for some trivia. So I got to meet Wade and Scarlett in Midland, Michigan this past week, and I got to thank them very much for supporting us. And now I will be able to thank them again for supporting us by running their commercial.
Hey everyone, Angela Mack here for Bob and Phineas Live, the show about nothing. Season 4 of Bob and Phineas is brought to you by santascloset.org, where you can find all your accessories for the discriminating Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the elves. Visit Santa Wade's website at santascloset.org today, where they are known for delivering unique, value-packed Santa and Mrs. Claus accessories since opening in 2004. The goal has always been to provide both a superior customer experience at a tremendous value. Their products are fairly priced, and Santa Wade strives to bring many different products to the Claus community. Visit the website and make your next season a truly special one. This is Angela Mack reminding you all to catch our show every Monday at 3 p.m. Central, presented by TNL Network Productions. Thanks for watching. Now let's get back to Bob and Phineas in the TNL studios and today's Monday Santa's Closet Trivia.
Thank you once again to Wade and Scarlett for supporting us and providing the awards for our trivia question. Randall, did you want to read the trivia question?
Give it a shot here. This Christmas song, recorded in 1979 and released in 1980, was the first solo single released by this artist in 8 years. Written by and all the instruments performed by this former Beatle. This song earns an artist over $400,000 per year, totaling of over $15 million since release.
What is the song and who is it by?
Wow. That's cool as can be.
Yep.
This song recorded in 1979, way back in the 1900s. You remember the 1900s? Oh, that was a long time ago, the 1900s. Oh, my goodness.
It was definitely a long time ago. And feels like a century ago.
It's always fun to talk to the children, and you make some comment about a toy. Remember that toy came out in the 1900s? Way back in the 1900s. It's like, oh, it sounds like it was, way. I mean, it was almost 26 years ago, but it's it's great. It's going to be fun. I'm going to see a group called Rain, which is a Beatles tribute band. Which they will be playing this. I'm going December 3rd. They'll be playing this song there. I know they will.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, very good.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting the answers rolling in. So I think it's time now that we take time to thank our other sponsors who have supported the Tuesday Night Live network.
Ho, 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 ho!
Shop Thermo Apparel. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And for the coolest of cool Santas or Easter bunnies, remember Thermo Apparel.
Don't just be cool as an attitude. Keep cool, literally.
Thermo Apparel! Be cool! Ho, 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 ho!
Thank you once again to our sponsors, Larry Talbert at King Risk Partners, provider of insurance solutions for clauses and entertainers. Thank you to the folks at Caboots for supporting us, purveyors of wonderful custom footwear. As I said, I wear a pair of Caboots boots in my clown persona, and I have done so for 28 years, and they are still holding up well and perfectly comfortable. Thank you to Therm Apparel for providing cooling garments for those of us who do work during the hot summer months. I got to see Julia and her product at the Santa Expo in Midland, Michigan, and it was great being able to chat with her and get hands on the product. It's always wonderful. And thank you also to North Pole Cornerstones. North Pole Cornerstones will be moving and located in Oklahoma City, North, better known as Edmond, Oklahoma, and it will be at the Hilton Garden Inn from February 12th to 15th, 2026. It will be $459, including 7 chef-prepared meals and transportation to and from Bricktown Entertainment District by a commercial bus line for our evening out celebration. There was rumor that it might be Valentine's night, but we're fearing it might be a bit busy for Santas and Mrs. Clauses to get reservations in Bricktown, so Bob and Deanna have indicated they are looking at a potential other night for that. So definitely come to Edmond, Oklahoma, February 12th to 15th to spend Valentine's with your Claus family and your honey as well. Breakfast is included if you stay at the host hotel, which is the Hilton Garden Inn in Edmond. Go to npcornerstones2026.com or npcornerstones.com for further information.
That was a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
Well, it's worth every minute because there's so much goes on down there.
It is an incredible experience. You learn a lot of information, and then you actually get to put it to use. Everybody gets splits up into action groups and activity groups, and you actually get to put what you've learned into action. And I know I have created a couple of wonderful activities for people to do, and it's a very hands-on and interactive. It's a different type of school than what folks are used to. Coming up May 4th through 9th, 2026 in Forsyth, Georgia is the Academy of Christmas Artists run by Lee Andrews. And it will be featuring the keynote speaker, Steve Gillum, and his wife, Deborah Gillum, as well. It is a limited enrollment of 10 Clauses and Mrs. Clauses, and your tuition includes all your room and board for the 5 days that you will be present. So it includes a place to stay as well as all meals, which are taken communally. Go to academyofclownarts.com for more information. And then coming up July 16th through 19th, 2026 in Branson, Missouri, Tuesday Night Live network co-host Spangle the Clown will be once again hosting School of Santas in Branson, Missouri. And this year he will be featuring keynote instructor Joe Barney, who provides a decades of experience, years of experience as both a Claus and elf performer, not to mention his work in the circus and vaudeville communities and as a producer as well. So Joe always has really good stories and great experience. So join Spangle in Branson, Missouri, July 16th through 19th for 4 days of entertainment, education, and really darn good cobbler from what I hear. So always something to do. So
Another nonstop event with Spangle. You're there and you don't get much rest until you're done. So
indeed.
it's a lot. It's a lot going on. A lot of at any school you go to, you're going to learn something. You're going to connect. So they're all fantastic. But there's some that keep you going morning, noon, and night.
Definitely, definitely. And Spangles actually starts a few days ahead because he does have extra entertainment opportunities available at an additional cost. But if you want to get to Branson a few days ahead, but definitely he keeps you hopping. He keeps himself hopping, and he takes good care of all of his guests. So bravo to Spangle. Thank you very much for continuing your support of the Claus community. So,
I mean, it's crazy to think you're already looking about next July.
next July, yeah.
I mean, the season doesn't start for another couple of weeks for most Santas, even a few weeks after that. But then the season is, and then we get a break, and then but you better start looking now for next July.
Yes,
And
indeed.
some of that money from those Santa show from the holiday season, put it away for the events. It's a good thing. It's a great thing to do.
Yep. So, got to keep learning, got to keep your skills fresh, get new perspectives, and continue to be, continue to keep growing as a performer, as your Claus persona. Always a good thing to do. So, and speaking of learning and different perspectives and education, we have Randall Santa Checker Lee, Mr. Showtime with Santa's tips and shorts.
See you in a minute. Thank you guys so much. Like I always say, it's showtime because that's what we are. We are performers. So it will be showtime for so many of us in the next couple weeks. A lot are getting maybe photographers going now, but the major season starts in a few weeks. And then, of course, then it's all over in 65 days. So you've worked hard all summer, all year, all spring to be ready for this time of year. And before I get started on all that, I guess let me backtrack a minute. I just want to take a moment also to say thank you to Bob, Angela, Phineas for allowing me to be here, those filling in for Bob, and of course all the TNL staff and all the shows, just phenomenal. And of course all you folks out there for that listen and watch. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Whoops, there we go. That's a better heart. For joining us and being supporting what Bob put together. How many years ago? 5 years ago. And how long they've worked and everything. Thank you for all that. So just to make sure we do that because they do so much for the community. But it is getting back to, like I said, it's getting back to that time, few weeks. So one of the biggest things we've got to do, and of course, Mrs. Claus, elves, Santa, we've got to know our toys. I probably shouldn't put that there. I should hide that logo, right? Because that might be a problem. Always know your toys. The best thing to do is to go out any place that's got toys and pick up one of these catalogs. I know it's not the Wall Street Journal. It's not some fun reading, but you're going to learn everything about every toy that's out there, the new toys. You've got to take a few minutes pick up, Walmart. This is Target. It doesn't matter who. Pick them up and go through that and learn the toys. Last year, Bob did an incredible job with the AI thing and the elf that talked about new toys that are coming out. But take your time because the children ask you, and then you want to be able to reply. It's no different than knowing your backstory. You have to reply quickly about that about the new toys. Same way even with the cartoons. I'm not I love cartoons, but the new cartoons are a little rough for me since I was a Bugs Bunny and that type of fan. But you've got to know your cartoons. You've got to know who Bluey is. You've got to know who, Peppa Pig is, even though they've been around for quite a few years. There's some new ones that have come out. Just make sure you know those. Go on the children's channels and learn about those. Google them. That's even fine if you don't want to watch them. Google them. Get to know the names so those names roll off your head. Because that's very important to the children. That, Santa knows. I used to love when a child talks about the Mickey Mouse Club, and I said, "Oh my goodness, I love Mickey Mouse Club and the Hot Diggity Dog song and Oh Toodles." And the children just know it because then you're connecting with them on their level. They feel good about that. That what they're watching and everything else. Same with toys. We've got to know the toys. We all know Barbie. We all know those items. We all know Xbox and those things. But there's a lot of new ones that are out there, so know that. Of course, electronics is the same way. Even though Santa doesn't make electronics, children will still ask you about those kind of things, and you're going to have to. I remember years ago going, iPod. That was years ago. We didn't know. When we're older, I didn't know the difference for 20, 30, 40 years ago when they first came out. And it looks kind of silly when you don't know the basics. So learn even some of your electronics. You can tell the children whatever you want to about how it's up to their mom and dad, or Santa doesn't make electronics. That's up to you, but still have that knowledge. And of course, sell it every week. Know your background story, and that goes along with what we said earlier. That it's just got to flow out of your mouth. Even if it's about the new toy, the same thing you had for lunch today. Oh, I had a turkey sandwich on on bread, whatever you're going to rattle off you had for lunch. I didn't have lunch today, so hard to rattle it off. But you've got to know it that easily. The toys, the TV shows, you got to know them that well. And it just brings you to a closer connection with the children. I see Michael Caine is a great thing. He's fortunate he has some grandchildren at that age. Your grandchildren are the greatest ones to talk to. They watch those shows. They bring those up. They'll tell you what they want. If you've got grandchildren that are that age, man, that's a great gift. That's a great thing to put on there, Michael. But that's a huge thing. Of course, then knowing who we are as that performer, when we're out performing as Santa and Mrs. Claus or an elf, like Phineas, I love that little crunging, that little rough edge elf. That's great. That's how Phineas is. Of course, there are elves that are just but that they know their character. They know who they are. Same as Santa. Some Santas want to be very classical, very straightforward, very, and then some want to be a little more whimsical, want to be sillier. That was the avenue that felt more comfortable to me for the 30, 40 years, to be more, I shouldn't say clown-like, but be more whimsical in that way. But whatever feels comfortable to you, know your character. Mrs. Claus the same way. Don't force yourself to do something that you're not. You've got this gorgeous suit on and everything. You can still be a little funny and silly and everything else. Like this, like the children, they ask the children, do you like ice cream? Oh, you do. Oh goodness, I've got ice cream sandwich here. Hold on, ice cream sandwich, ice cream. It's an ice cream sandwich. Okay. You don't have to be that weird, but little things like that you can do just to throw children. It's great for an elf to do. I could see Phineas doing that and freaking people out. I would love to see that. But know your character. So that's where I'm going to get to my magic, because that was always my character. So I'm going to talk about some magic that you folks can also do. Of course, Santa and Mrs. Claus. Well, I hate to stereotype a little, but we always talk about cookies. But sorry, guys, I ate all the cookies already. Sorry, I kind of emptied out the cookie jar. Please don't tell Mrs. Claus. Please don't tell her. But we're gonna have to get some cookies back, and all we've got to do is just put the lid on there, and you say those elf magic words. Oh, those are silly elf magic words. So wee you, woodgy, just like that. And you open up the lid, and it's filled with cookies. Of course, we just love that Mrs. Claus won't get mad at us for eating the cookie. Well, that's right. I better not eat a cookie now either. That wouldn't be a very good thing. It's a fun little trick to do. These are actually our real cookies. They're about, I think I've said this before. These are now about 5 years old. They're a real cookie, but they're just shellacked and fit in there. This is an item called a dove pan, or this is called a chick pan, actually. It's a little pan. It's a little tiny base. I got that many hands right now. A little tiny, bad little thing here, and then a lid, and this just fits up in there. So that stays clipped. So you show this empty, and you do all the, whatever your routine is, your patter is, and of course, you do that. Now you can put candy in here you want to, whatever you want to do, but it's a fun little thing to interact about. Santa got in trouble. I even did it for a while. I had a different one. These are, you can buy these at any, but I put on mine, it says cookie maker. This is another one I did. Same thing. It's the same thing. You just put it on top, boom, do the little wiggle, and it makes a cookie appear. They're called dove pans, chick pans. You can buy them at any magic shop, but it's a fun thing to have along. And then something to pass out. You don't keep these cookies for years like these are, but you put some fresh ones in there and everything else. Some other things that this is something that a few weeks ago, somebody made a comment about the candy cane. This was always my most fun thing to do when I was doing a couple of outside tree lightings. I'd come in there with my hat on, my Santa hat on, and tell the children, oh, it's time to light the tree, but I'm a little something. I like a little candy cane, and there's so many boys and girls, and excuse me, but wait a minute, I think I might have a candy cane in my hat. And you reach down in your hat. It's kind of hard to do with this little screen, but you reach down in your hat, and you pull a candy cane out, 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 and you pull a candy cane out. Oh my goodness! And you keep on pulling a candy cane out, and you keep on running out of room. I'm going to hit the ceiling. And you pull a candy cane out of your hat, and you put your hat back on, and you say, now. I don't see myself, but here we go. It's a candy cane. There we go. It's an appearing candy cane or an appearing magic wand, but they roll up real easy. This is, of course, I think it's a 10 or whatever footer, but they can be very easily made, which I'd like to talk about before, a little smaller. That's what this one is. And what this is made out of is you go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, wherever you want to do, Ace Hardware. These are coverings that go in your shower. You know, the shower bar, you just wrap tape around it. Then, of course, where it opens, you just slip the tape. And then what you do, I'm going to use the big one, is easier for me right now, the way I've got this laid out, is it folds upon itself. The little one does the same thing. It folds upon itself. Just takes a few minutes to reset. It fits in almost anything. It can fit in Mrs. Claus's purse. It can fit in a big a stocking. It's just a great one, especially, like I said, I did it with the tree lighting. And then you kind of use it as a pointing wand for the tree to light up and everything else. But that big 8-foot cane takes up that much room. And it's a great thing to do for something like that. Then you've got it, you can use it as a pointer. Instead of using a staff or a cane, you then did some magic out of Santa's hat. Where did that come from? And then you use it as to light the Christmas tree. So it's a great one. And if you don't want to do, you make a smaller one yourself for about these ones you can probably make it for $10. Of course, the big ones are probably $45 or $50. But it's a great addition to any performance. I use the magic wand in every one of the magic shows. So those are just some wonderful ideas. And don't forget, when the children you're seeing the children, think of some things the children are not used to seeing. And I know I've showed this a few times before, but I think these things are very, very beautiful. It's a little music box is all it is. Not many children are used to seeing music boxes, and hopefully you can hear it. This one does jingle bells. They're a cute little thing to show children, more like what probably would be at the North Pole than a big jukebox or something, or the old-fashioned ghetto boxes. Same way, always make sure if you're doing something writing, do it in something that has that look. I think Jenny and them on the Couples Clause preview show the other night talked about that. Have it take a few moments and things are done. Have it a unique look and that they're not used to seeing. Now these are all eBay finds. You can pretty much find what you want to, but it looks. Thank you, Daniel. It's a boombox. Thank you. And I'm from Detroit too. Sorry. But have that different look. You don't just want a notepad. Have it have it look cool. Or if you're doing this is just trivia. I bought some trivia cards and I just put them in a cool box. It just adds to what's this question? Oh, we won't do that one. We'll do this one here. Let me do one here. Which character was famous by saying bah humbug? Of course, we all know it's Ebenezer Scrooge, but just even putting that in a cute box makes it look more North Pole like to me than a lot of things. So take your time, look at it that way. Play something weird like a weird little string. Phineas, I'm going to have you're going to help me. There's got frets and everything on here, Phineas. I've never played this before. Maybe, Phineas, you can teach me how to play this one string little machine. Kaleidoscopes, same way. How many children do even know what a kaleidoscope is? You buy a cool looking brass one. So again, I'm just rambling like usual, and like Phineas said a couple weeks ago, it's rambling Randy's time instead of maybe some of the other ideas. But there's so many ideas for Santa and Mrs. Claus, so much talent and so much knowledge out there, and it's our job to find it and to pass it on and to you folks, and then for you folks to do it and bring those smiles to everybody, because that's our job, that's our responsibility, and nothing better is than we get that smile back from a little boy, little girl, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, doesn't matter who. It's just such a great reward. Never forget that we have the greatest jobs. We're blessed to be able to do this and to bring joy and hope to people in this world instead of kind of take it away, which happens so much in this world. So thank you again so much for all this. I can't thank you enough. Love you all. Stay safe, and most of all, stay magical during the holidays.
So you were saying ice cream sandwich?
Ice cream sandwich.
Ah!
Ice cream sandwich.
But I definitely agree that if you have like a notebook that you write in that's
But
different,
it's perfect. It fits your personality because it's your shirt. That's dynamite.
Yep, and it just makes everybody just looks at it and they look at my shirt, they look at that,
Yeah.
and they're just like, oh, of course Phineas would have that.
That's that puts the whole package together.
Yep. I do believe Ken Kringle noted that, or John Schnagelberger noted that Amazon has already put out a toy catalog that was in the mail. So hopefully if you're an Amazon client or you're on Amazon Prime, that you might actually get their toy catalog in the mail. That would definitely be very good. A special shout out to Santa Mel, Melissa Rickard. She's had a very tough day. Sending our thoughts and prayers to you, Melissa. I know it's been a tough day, and hoping you're doing okay. And our love and prayers to you and to Kisses. And hopefully he's now with Johnny at this point. So our condolences to you. So thank you very much for tuning in. Kane Smith notes that he is fortunate enough to have grandchildren who keep him up to date with toys and cartoons. That's always good. I've got young neighbors who are range in age from 3 to 11, and I'm lucky enough to know what's in for toys, and particularly Lego, because they all seem to like Legos these days. So that's definitely good. Santa David notes that that we both he and I use something similar to your candy cane trick, except ours is the North Pole that we make appear out of. So definitely.
We could definitely send a link on some some places that to get those. Ernie and Santa Doug was asking too. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's a great little. I mean, you can just go, and that's a long ways. You
Yep.
know, it's a long.
I always commented, packs small but has a big impact. It packs small but has a huge
There
impact.
you go. That's that old magic saying. It
Yep,
acts
definitely.
small and plays big.
Yeah. Santa Doug, the plastic on the candy cane, it is actually a curtain rod cover that you can get at any hardware store. And
Yep,
then
that's
you
what
just,
this one's here. This is just it's actually just a white curtain rod cover,
yeah,
and this is just electrical tape. The red and the green is just electrical tape that you wrap around, and then you have to make sure you cut it. Otherwise, you can't roll it the
yeah.
way I did for the big one. You can't do that to it if it's not cut. But that's
Santa Doug, I will recommend if you get the white curtain rod cover, you put it on a broomstick handle to give it some support, and then you wrap the electrical tape around it, and then you cut it down the slit. We can talk about that offline if you'd like to get further discussion about that. Daniel Pless says he got one from Walmart last week, so there you go. Way to go, Santa Dan. Santa Shaggy says he has a microphone that can change your voice from normal to an elf, and he always asks children how much elf they have in them and have them talk through the microphone. Ernie, link to get one. Are you talking about the microphone or the curtain rod? Let us know. So.
very cool. Thank you, folks.
But
Wonderful.
thank you once again, Randy, for the wonderful tips and tricks and little bits of simple things that everybody can do to make them more magical. Your presentations are always magical. It's great to see. Thank you, sir. So,
Great to be a part. Now, do we have a winner?
I do believe we have a winner. Let's see if Angela agrees with us. She's nodding her head.
Good. And the winner is Santa Bob, the winner. Woo-hoo, Santa Bob, the winner. All right. Good to see you.
Yes, I'll turn my microphone on.
Okay, the winner is Everett Prostrollo.
Congratulations, Everett. Of course, the question was this Christmas song, recorded in 1979 and released in 1980, was the first solo single released by this artist in 8 years. Written by and all instruments performed by this former Beatle, this song earns the artist over $400,000 each year, so far totaling $15 million since its release. And that is, of course, the biggest earworm at Christmas, Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. So
Great question.
congratulations, Everett. Please send your address and T-shirt size to us if we don't have it already, and make sure it gets private message to Bob, and we'll make sure that we get Wade and Scarlett to send out their gift prize package to you. So thank you very much. Congratulations, Everett.
Great to see you, Bob. You're looking great. You're all dressed up for an occasion.
Yeah, Cherry Hill had a special Zoom call today by invitation only. It was about 75 Santas, plus the staffing that they had that showed up, and it was a special event. I guess since it's over, I can kind of talk a little bit about it. It was uh, Diamond Dallas Page, the WWE wrestler, was a special guest, and he has a program, a yoga program that he's been head of and doing for 30 years, I think. And it was basically about getting fit for the chair and his program. It was a great time. I was one of the ambassadors that got to ask a question. So they asked us all to dress up and look our best. So
Fantastic. Look fantastic, Bob.
It's always great to have the boss on with us.
Yeah, look at that. Great shirt. Wow.
That's a
Good holiday.
Roberta Wells shirt.
Yep.
So anyway, I didn't get to watch the show today. I'll have to go in here when it's over with and watch the replay. But I know you guys knocked it out of the ballpark because you always do. I want to say thank you so much, Phineas, for carrying on without me, and for Randall for showing up and doing what he does best. And everybody just loves Randall and Phineas. So thank you guys for doing this.
Well, thank you very much for having us, Bob. It's always great to be able to fill in when we can and carry on the Monday live tradition. And I know it's been a busy year for you, and we're just glad to be able to take over when we can. So thank you.
Kind of brings us to tomorrow night too. I mean, our 5th annual Halloween show. I see that. How cool is that? And so got quite a few that have signed up. We were kind of beginning to wonder if we was going to have enough to make a good show out of it, but we had a few more added yesterday. So going to be fun. I mean, here's the cool part. Cherry Hill has sponsored, donated, given, however you want to word it, contributed 5 $50 gift certificates towards the program tomorrow night. Plus, I know Spangle always likes to give away a few things. It's stuff for Santa. So going to be a great show. Going to be fun. Our 5th annual, and we're looking forward to it.
Fantastic.
Definitely looking forward to it. It's always fun seeing how everybody dresses up and nothing Christmas, nothing Christmas character. They gotta bring their Halloween bestest. So,
and Angela and I both have new characters for this year, so it's going to be fun.
And
with a common theme, you might say, but going to be fun.
That's great.
And I think Mike will be wearing definitely something new and different as well. So we shall see. So that covers what's happening on Tuesday. For Tuesday Night Live will be the annual Halloween show. Coming up tonight at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern is the Claus Connect with Sean White. And Sean will be discussing taking care of yourself mentally and emotionally through the busy holiday season. And she'll be joined by my alter ego, Mike Hutchings, who will be talking about ways to take care of yourself throughout the holiday season. So looking forward to seeing everybody in a few hours' time. So
at least you haven't got to catch a bus in a half hour.
I definitely do not need to catch a bus. I just need to make sure Mike's awake and taking.
It might be harder than catching a bus.
Yep. So.
Oh, that's great.
But anyways, all of the other shows are dark now as we are preparing for the holiday season. So if you want to catch up over the rest of the week, you still have time to look at the Kringle Brothers on Wednesdays on their YouTube channel, Santa's Magical Fellowship on Facebook on Thursdays, along with Polar Opposites on their Facebook and YouTube channels. So there's lots of opportunity to go into our back catalog of videos, not to mention Bob Phineas, Randyl and Phineus live over the past few years and Tuesday Night Live. So you may miss us live. There are lots of opportunities to visit us throughout the season. Maybe just give yourself a little boost and a little inspiration during the holiday season, but definitely looking forward to it. So I'd like to thank Bob and Randyl for joining us. I'd like to thank Angela for producing and taking care of us and making sure everything runs smoothly. Great to see you. Super amazing to have Santa Bob on. I get to work with Bob, but I don't get to work with Santa all that often. So.
Very true, very true. I have one last question before we cut everyone loose. Did everyone, especially you two guys, did y'all get to see the pilot edition of The Couple's Clause last night?
Yep, watched it. It was great.
I watched it this morning. I was occupied last night, but I watched it this morning, and Doug, Jenny, and Chris and Kimmy did a wonderful job. So bravo to them. Looking forward to the new season.
Definitely a different kind of show. Kind of similar, but a different kind of show. But I mean, all the graphic, all the work that they've put into that. they have been meeting for weeks and weeks and months, actually, rehearsing, going over their scripts, putting ideas together, building all this promos and banners, and oh my gosh, they have put so much into it. And I just want to congratulate them on launching that pilot. It was a really good show, phenomenal. I enjoyed it, and congratulations to them.
Santa Doug said he missed it. That's Doug. You're going to have to watch it because it was a good show.
Yeah, Doug.
Great. Santa Doug missed it, so I don't know.
You must have been busy doing something, Doug, I guess, but the hosts are great. So, and I got to meet them last week and see them in person at CWH. So, nothing but good things to say. So
many cool segments. That's what's really neat. They said they're going to mix and match them. You don't know what's going to be each week, but there'll be different segments each week, which is a lot. That'll be interesting to look forward to see what they're going to do.
Yep.
We've got a long list of segments that they'll be doing, and as they said in their pilot, they'll mix them and match them and do different things. But that's what's going to keep it interesting. You won't know that it won't be predictable. Some of our shows are kind of predictable because we go through the same format week in and week out. But for theirs, it'll be a great new mix, a fresh, refreshing new look, and of course, still again TNL Network Productions, and it's all about education. So. And Randall's word. 4 letters.
It's that F word. That 4-letter F word, folks. Free! Woo-hoo! It's free to watch, folks. It's free. Like Phineas said a few moments ago, there's hundreds and hundreds of videos on YouTube that you can look back on. Hundreds of guests that you can learn from. I mean, it's endless. The education that is just sitting there. It's phenomenal. I mean, you go to YouTube and there isn't something that you can't get answered for the holiday season on those videos.
Absolutely
5 years worth. And while you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channels because that's the best way to give us support. Subscribe, put comments on the videos that you like. By all means. The more you interact, the better it is for the Tuesday Night Live productions and our shows. It's going to show. So go to the Claus Connect, go to Sean White's channel, go to the Kringle Brothers, go to TNL Tuesday Night Live, go to Mondays with Santa and Phineas. So by all means.
It's a crazy algorithm. That's a crazy name for that. But I mean, that's really what it's all about when it comes to YouTube. The more you guys interact, the more they will push our videos out to others, and therefore we're helping more people. Education.
It's not just what you'll learn; it's how much fun you're going to have.
Yep. Oh yeah,
that's the whole thing. I mean, Kringle Brothers, man, they make you lose. They're very educational, of course, but they're just silly and make you laugh.
Yep.
And that's the whole thing. It's not just you're not just there to. You're only going to learn and learn. No, you're going to just have fun too.
And sometimes Spangle says a thing or two that might be funny.
Yeah, he's gotten very talkative. Yeah, about something he says.
Yep.
He's hilarious.
And I have to laugh at whatever he says, even if it's funny or not. So.
That's the contract. Huh? Is that what's in the contract? Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, folks, thank you very much for tuning in Monday Live with Randall, Bob, and Phineas. We've got the Terrible Trio on tonight, so good. Thank you very much. Angela.
Angela.
She's not terrible, though. She's not terrible. She's amazing. The amazing Angela.
Without Angela, the three of it would have been it would have been long over a long time ago.
Yep. So
there she is.
There she is, the woman who makes things happen. So thank you, Angela. We're greatly appreciated for it. Mike will see Angela tonight with Sean White, and I will see everybody next week for our final episode of the season.
Yeah, can you believe it?
It's been quite a season, and I have 2 amazing co-hosts and an amazing producer, so I am a very blessed elf. So thank you very much.
We're blessed to have an elf with pointed ears that is so professional and talented.
Well, thank you.
Thanks,
So,
thank Phineas.
So thank you very much. So tune in, kick up your heels, join in the fun for 2025, all powered by TNL Network Productions. Have a good night.
Bye. Kick up your heels.
Kick up your heels.
I couldn't do it. I don't have any shoes on. I don't want to see no bare feet.
I'm not as flexible as Bob, so.
Neither am I. You're right.
Hey, I'm only flexible when I'm going to the ground. See everyone tomorrow night.